good? Okay.
All right, we'll call the meeting to order. Please stand. I pledge allegiance
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
in a moment of silence. You may be seated. All board members are present. Jamie, could I ask that you read our mission and vision statement, please?
Sure. The mission of East Washington School Corporation is students are empowered and encouraged to reach their personal best. The vision of East Washington School Corporation is achieve excellence.
Thank you. We're going to open with our superintendent report with Mrs. Jones.
Okay. See if I can read without my glasses. So I just 2 weeks ago came back from the superintendent conference, which was really a good conference this year. Brought back several ideas and things that I'd like to see within our district. One of those things highlighted a county partnership from a neighboring county, similar school sizes to ours, and they've worked on eliminating out-of-school suspensions through a new program. So I've already reached out to our other county superintendents, and we're going to meet with the probation officer and see if that would be a good fit for us. It's in Ripley County, and they're willing to come over and meet with us. So really excited about the potential there. And then also went into a session on teacher evaluations. You know, Indiana code changed, and we opted with the association, we did not change our evaluation system this year, but saw some new ideas where teachers do their own goal setting, and they create a kind of a plan, and then principals are going in and multiple times looking to see if those goals are being met. And then principals are working with first year teachers to kind of develop their goals, because you really don't know what you don't know when you first start, so they help that. And it becomes more meaningful, more of a growing experience for teachers. So I met with the principals after I saw that. They loved the idea. And then also talked to the teacher advisory board last week when we met, and they were receptive of that idea. I think so. All in all, everybody's in favor of that. Now we just want to kind of set up our plan for what that looks like. So talked to Eric, and he's on board too. So that will probably happen not this school year, but the next school year. And then I don't know if you've been watching Facebook, but we started our Rooted in History spotlights. We've had 3 now. And yesterday, Mr. Weller called. He was one that we wanted to do. We've highlighted the first principal of the high school, the middle school, and then the elementary we wanted to do. And he just got in touch with me yesterday, and Amanda Hurst has been working on those and been well received within the community. I've enjoyed reading them because there's people that I didn't know. I mean, you know, the first principal of the high school, that was before I was born. So it's really neat, and hearing their stories. Mr. Weller started telling me yesterday his story, and you know how he went to school at the old Pekin High School. So I think it's a neat thing to do. We also put out that form to the community because my knowledge of East Washington is from my years and as a student, and also years, but there's a lot of gaps where I wasn't involved. So we've put that out to the community because we want to recognize a lot of different entities and different people that have played a role, and not just our teachers or our principals, but everybody here that's made East Washington what it is. So excited to see those, and really thankful that Amanda's been able to help me keep those going because she stays on top of it. And then the other thing, sent out community advisory board letters requesting some individuals. Amanda and I worked on that 2 or 3 weeks ago, and I've had a really good response for that, and we'll probably have our first meeting in January. Just really had a good response, so real happy with that. And we're working on the 26-27 calendar, so we're always working a year ahead, and we should have that to the board next month. Then I have 2 other things. This is a financial thing, so if you saw in the board our financials for the year, this is the 2nd year in a row that the operation fund has remained in the positive all the way through the fall tax draw. So back when the general fund changed and we went to education and operation fund, the operation fund, which was in 2019, started at a zero balance. Up until last year, it always dipped into the negative. So we have now gotten to a point where we're not dipping into the negative, and we're just really happy that that's happened. That means we're operating with our revenue that we're bringing in. So that was a positive. Then the final thing, this is something I have to read, and this is due to the teacher compensation. Indiana Code 20-29-9-7.5, excuse me, 28-9-28. We have to report the percentage of state tuition that's allocated toward teacher compensation. The floor funding is 62%. We did not make that for 24-25. We were up from the year before. We were at 59%. We were 61.1. So we're going in the right direction, but we making progress. Certified state staff raises this year, I believe we will hit 62%. However, the state raised the floor to 65. So we're continually working towards that and managing that with all the other needs within the district. And I think that's all I have. Do you have any questions?
All right, thank you, Mrs. Jones. At this time, we will have public comments, and I have Miss Donna Smith.
Do I have to stand with them? I'm not good at speaking, so
It's okay.
I'm just here mainly because basketball tickets, season tickets.
Mhm.
This year, they made it to where you have to purchase chairbacks for season tickets. They're not doing just bleacher season tickets. And you have to buy for both boys and girls, which normally my husband and I go to both. We've been going to basketball games for 40-something years, you know. But a lot of people don't want to go to both. And I don't think it's fair to them to be forced to go buy tickets for boys and girls if they prefer not to go to both games. And so that's the reason I was here. I was just kind of aggravated because we always sit in the bleachers, never do the chairbacks. I mean, it's just, we always have a certain spot that we set, she knows. And, you know, that's, and yeah, Keith does too. And, you know, that's just where we always sit. So we just never really purchased a chairback seat. So I just thought that might be something to look into for next year, because we did go ahead and purchase the chairback seats for this year just because we do attend the games and it's cheaper to buy the tickets that way than it is to pay for each game to come in. So that's just mainly was my big concern, was the season tickets. And I did comment on the Facebook page that the athletic director, I don't know who puts those on there as far as that goes, and he just said they were having issues with policing the chairback seats of people that don't have tickets sitting in those seats. But, you know, if you put somebody up there, maybe they can say, you know, you need to show me your ticket for your seat, and then you shouldn't have an issue. So, but I don't know if that's an option, you know, to do something like that too. And another concern I have, I didn't put it on there, I've already talked to Keith about it, is the sign out front, pulling out. I think it needs to be moved back some. We've had a couple, 3 accidents happen in front of my house, because I live across the road, and it's, you know, young teenagers, and I don't want to see somebody get killed.
Yep, and we've talked
You
about
know.
that.
We've explored
So,
that, and
yeah.
it is on the, I can answer that
Okay.
one. It is on our radar to do, but it will happen in the summer. So when we
That's
looked
fine,
at it,
yeah.
it was after school
Right.
started, and it's not an ideal, because it's gonna
Right.
be,
Right. I
It'll
just,
take
like I
precedence.
said, you know, there's been a few accidents out there that we've witnessed, myself, my husband, and one of them involved a child. Thankfully, nobody was hurt too bad, so I just think it's better for everybody, mainly the young kids, teenagers. One girl, she hadn't had her license very long, so, you know, it happens. But they fly up and down through here, so some more police patrol might help that issue as well. That's all I have. Thank you.
Thank you, Donna.
You know, just for curiosity's sake, do you know what the difference is between where we were with bleacher seats and
and charebacks now? You may not, and that's okay.
I don't set that. I do know that the reason they went with a combined was the girls and boys. They decided to do the chairbacks. I don't know why they eliminated,
Just kind of general.
yeah, that's, yeah, just a general admission, but I can
I'm just
find out with
curious.
high
Yeah.
school and tell them there's a desire to see that back.
Okay. I didn't even realize that was the case.
Yeah, and because that is not a board action item.
Sure.
It's a building decision and it's an athletic decision that goes through the athletic department, so
Right.
but definitely you come here, we can communicate that back to
Okay.
the building level.
All right, I don't think any further public comment, so we'll move to our consent items for approval. Do we have a motion to approve our consent items?
I'll make that motion.
And a second?
I'll second.
And then all those in favor? Aye. Personnel, it's recommended that the board approve the personnel changes as presented, and there are quite a few of them, so I'm not gonna read through all of those. Do I have a motion to accept those?
I'll make the motion.
And a second?
Aye. Second. Sorry. I am here and I am awake, I promise.
All right, any discussion on any of those? All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Action items, we have approval of the 25-26 Corporation Crisis Plan. It's recommended that the board approve the 25-26 Corporation Crisis Plan as submitted. Do I have a motion to approve that?
I'll make that motion.
And a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Approval of the payroll alignment. It's recommended that the board approve to formally align last year's payroll records with the compensation issued under the 24-25 collective bargaining agreement. The agreement included a $2,000 increase for certified staff and intended to be distributed in 2 increments during the year. During the normal course of processing, the full amount was applied in the fall, and the spring increment was also issued, resulting in staff receiving an additional $1,000 beyond the intended distribution schedule. Because this amount has already been paid to employees, it's recommended that the board approve to document this adjustment so that the records accurately reflect the compensation provided. This action does not involve any new expenditures. It simply formalizes the payroll alignment already completed. Do I have a motion to approve that?
I'll make that motion.
And a second.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
I think it's just, I'm thankful that we can do that, gets us closer to our percentage and all
Yeah.
as well. You know what I mean?
It kind of worked
I mean,
out.
Blessing
yeah,
in disguise.
So, exactly, that's exactly right, you know? So yes.
All right. All those in favor?
Aye.
Approval to join the TIPS Cooperative Purchasing Program. TIPS is a nationally recognized purchasing network that provides school districts access to a wide range of vendors, products, and services at competitively awarded pricing. Participation in TIPS would allow us to streamline our purchasing processes, access pre-negotiated contracts, and connect with multiple qualified vendors without having to conduct our own formal solicitation process for each. Membership comes at no cost to the district and ensures that our purchasing practices remain compliant, efficient, and cost-effective. Mrs. Jones, Superintendent, requests the board's approval to proceed with registering East Washington School Corporation as a TIPS member so we can begin utilizing these purchasing options when appropriate. It is recommended that the East Washington School Corporation join the TIPS Cooperative Purchasing Program. Do I have a motion to approve that?
I'll make that motion. You did a really good job reading through that.
You did.
I would,
That's good stuff.
Then a second?
I'll second that.
All right, any discussion?
What kind of contracts are, what does that include?
It just allows, it allows you not to have to go out.
What kind of vendors?
Oh, well, like our, the reason we did that is
Yes.
because of Vigilon and Vartech are,
Okay.
that
That
was
kind of
the,
stuff.
yes.
Oh,
So,
Okay.
yeah, I mean, we get that, a lot of programs are already in the Wilson Service Center,
Mm-hmm.
which is our local service center, but this is a national, so it
Okay.
opens it up to more.
Okay.
okay. All those in favor?
Aye.
Approval of vendor selection and proposal. Following approval to participate in the TIPS Cooperative Purchasing Program, Mrs. Jones, Superintendent, recommends that the board approve the selection of Vartech in partnership with VIII to provide Avigilon AI-powered security cameras and access control upgrades for East Washington School Corporation. Vartech and Bytespeed submitted a comprehensive proposal through the TIPS purchasing network that aligns with our district's security needs, long-term planning, and budget parameters. The proposal includes updated camera systems, access control improvements, installation, configuration, and ongoing support services. Mrs. Jones further recommends that the board authorize the district to fund this project utilizing proceeds from the current general obligation bond as previously planned for safety and security enhancements. Approval of this recommendation will allow the district to proceed with the purchase and installation of these upgrades as outlined in the submitted proposal. Do I have a motion to accept that?
I'll make that motion.
And a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion?
Just want to note that Vartech, they did join remotely. They were going to drive down here tonight,
Oh.
but they have family coming in, and I said, no, this is one. So they did join by phone if anyone has any questions, but they did not make the 3-hour drive here and back, so
Well, I
6
think-
hours.
They had a good presentation.
Yes, they did.
Yes,
Very good
yes.
proposal.
I'm excited.
Very
about
good.
Yeah,
it.
I am too, and I know the principals are very excited because we do have some areas that we need in the cafeteria in the high school, and so it's gonna fix that, and it also eliminates that, management program where we're having to pay for a service agreement every quarter, so.
Yes.
Yeah, I think it's a win all the way around.
All right, all those in favor?
Aye.
Approval of TAG participation. It's recommended for East Washington School Corporation to participate in the Teacher Appreciation Grant Program for the 25-26 school year. The TAG program has changed significantly for the upcoming year and is no longer based solely on teacher evaluations. It is transitioned to a competitive grant requiring an application. In addition, legislation caps the number of awards at no more than 20% of certified staff each year. And then, of course, we were provided with the TAG application for review. Do we have a motion to approve that?
I'll make the motion.
All right, and a second.
I'll second.
Any discussion?
Is that a federal grant or
State.
state?
So previously state awarded TAG money,
Mhm.
and teachers got a TAG. Basically, every teacher, 90% of the state teachers got this money, and it was basically, it amounted to about between $500 and $700, depending on if you were effective and highly effective. When legislators did away with the highly effective and effective component, they also, and this was stated that they felt like all teachers were getting this, and that was not the intention of TAG. TAG was intended they wanted to recognize the best of the best, so that's why they capped it at that 20%. Which, we're making the best of what they're requiring us to do. So
That came from the state.
that is the state. We did add our own components based on some needs that we saw within the district.
Thought that was good what we added.
Yep.
So that
Very
is
appropriate.
And the grant is the same across the board as far as an amount, is that correct? Or does it
distribute.
vary?
No, it varies depending on your district, and it's based on enrollment size.
What about though, just for our teachers? If the ones
Oh,
that are awarded it, will they
So
all get the
we
same amount?
only opted for tier 1.
Okay.
Because we could award more. We didn't even get enough money to award 20%. We got about $46,000.
Okay.
We opted only for tier 1. Tier 2 would have more requirements, and tier 3 even
I see.
more. So we can give at tier 1 it's $3,500, tier 2 is $5,000, and tier 3 is $7,500.
Okay.
At this time, we are only awarding $3,500, tier 1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, and it's approximately 11 or 12 teachers will earn it based on the funds that we received.
And that's across all of our schools?
Yes.
All three?
Yeah, and and we won't dip into our budget. We will stick with that TAG money. That's all we'll award.
Yeah.
All those in favor?
Aye.
You didn't do a motion.
Approval
Oh, we didn't
of,
do a motion.
You didn't do a motion
Yeah.
or anything.
Yeah, Jamie.
yeah, I did. Aaron.
Jamie.
Oh, I'm sorry, go ahead.
Yeah. All right. Approval of the field trip. It's recommended to approve the field trip request form as submitted by Kim Brown. Do I have a motion to approve that?
I'll make that motion.
And a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Approval of donations. It is recommended the board to approve the donations as submitted. From Great American Satellite, $50 for the boys basketball in the high school. New Albany Body Repair, $25 for the high school boys basketball. $100. Jeckers Excavating and Septic for the high school boys basketball. Globe Industries, $30 for the high school student publication. Moldrite for $150 for the high school student publication. Eddie Gilstrap, $300 for the high school girls basketball. Dupin's Body Shop and Repairables, $100 for the high school girls basketball. Kirshner Family Dentistry, $100 for the high school girls basketball. Sullivan's Feed Mill, $500 for the high school athletics. And Tequila and Mexcal LLC, $300 for the high school athletics. Do we have a motion to approve those?
So moved.
In a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Just want to say
Thank
thank you very
you.
much.
All
Appreciate it.
those in favor? Aye. Any as needed? We don't have any as needed. Board member comments and committee reports.
I have just a comment. I've gotten some feedback on the cost of the concessions, and I just wanted to put that, just bring that to the attention, and we can address whoever athletic department on that. It's hard for a family of 4 in our district to
$4
attend a ball game and have a popcorn and drink. So just,
So well.
maybe we need to,
I will.
I mean, I know everything's going up.
It is.
It is.
I will tell you that we got a letter, because I did talk to Darren, because I heard about the cost of the drinks. And Darren said that they had gotten a letter that Pepsi was going to increase the prices of our drinks. And so they kind of applied it at the beginning of the season before they knew that they heard back from Pepsi that no, we're not increasing them. So they dropped it from 4 to 3, which is
Okay.
pretty much the going at most schools. I mean, I know it's expensive, but I will communicate back to them too and let them know that
The
there
other
have
thing
been
I know
some.
we used to do, and I don't know if we do it anymore, but they capped the family admission at $20. Do they still do that?
I think it's 25 now.
Okay.
I think there is still a family
A
ticket.
Okay, okay.
Thank you for bringing that up.
Mhm.
Any additional comments? All right. Our next school board meeting is scheduled for December 16th, 2025 at 5 p.m. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
I'll make the motion.
And a second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? All those in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Meeting is adjourned.